Well, I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go? I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been broken and betrayed, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go? Found her with another man, I was thrown into confusion. All the world I thought was true, nothing but illusion. So now I'm a liar, I'm a loser, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go? I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been broken and betrayed, wondering how much lower can I go? Even though I know it's wrong, I wish my pain upon the world. I curse the lives of lucky men.
How much lower can I go?
Into this hell I hope they're hurled. I was once a good man, now I'm living in this hell. 'Cause I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bastard and abuser, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go? I've been beaten, I've been bloodied, I've been broken and betrayed, and I'm wondering how much lower can I go? So I'm wondering how much lower can I go?
Yo! You guys are cracking me up in the beginning already. What's going on, fellas? I'm sunburned as shit. You guys are already making me laugh. Mike said there's no way Jordan could rock a cowboy hat. I can never rock a cowboy hat, man. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I need to rock out to that song. Guys, I love that song. How much lower can I go? That's the 100%, not even question, hands down, best song on the stream is How Much Lower Can I Go? Great song. Great. If you like that song, let me know, by the way. We should probably do a poll. Mike hates it. Clint loves it. You can't win. You know, some people like everything. Some people don't like everything and whatnot. You guys are cracking me up, man. What's going on? For Hoopty, who is this lobster? This is me, man. I got absolutely fried today. So, you know, we talk about how I don't like shrimp, but I am now a lobster. So if anyone wants some lobster, I got some for you today. Anyways, fellas, your mom, what's going on, bro? Oh, this is the AI Jordan. If you guys missed it, I did say in the next bear market, we're going to have an AI Jordan, not the real Jordan, because real Jordan's going to be... But, you know, you guys will have a nice AI version of me. He'll have the same personality. You know, he won't be as cool as me. You know, he won't be as sexy as me. But he'll have the same personality just without the great looks that I have, right? Wayne, what's going on? You look like a lobster. No, that's what we say in Boston, man. This is what we say in Boston. You know, if I have a friend Johnny, I say, yo, Johnny, grab my keys in the car. Let's go to the bar, bro. Yeah, bro, my keys are in the car. So let's go grab my car keys. Let's go in the car and let's go to the bar and grab a beer. That's how we talk over there in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, fellas, should we actually talk about some crypto today? Let's do it. FOMC meeting was today. Once again, I mean, the longer we go with these, the least of an impact they have on the markets. Pretty much a nothing burger today on FOMC. Bitcoin just got a little move up in the last couple hours after FOMC. But as sort of we've been talking about here for Bitcoin, man, Bitcoin is boring as hell. As we wait to see where it goes next, we need to see Bitcoin reclaim 29.7, because if it can't get back above 29.7, we might get a little issues here in the short term, but we need to see Bitcoin get back above 29,700 on some type of close, sort of for me to be like really confident this is going up, right? We've had this here. We said reclaim this. We're bullish. We got rejected on it so far. Right at that 4 hour 200 EMA. Still have not done it. We've seen a pretty nice rejection so far. We got 1 hour to the 4 hour close. I don't want to close the 4 hour like this. It's not like, fellas, you know, for all my Vikings in the back, you know, for everyone who still cares where Bitcoin's going to go in the short term, because to be quite honest, at this point, I don't really give a shit what happens in the short term. I'm zoomed out on the weekly, all right? But in the short term, if we want this to go up, fellas, I want to close this 4 hour candle a little bit better than it's looking right now. So what we're going to do for everyone in the back, okay? What we're going to do for everyone in the back is we're going to play everyone's favorite song.
Well, I'm a liar, I'm a boozer, I'm a bad.
No, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. But for everyone in the back, what we need to do, fellas, okay, is you know what we need to do, okay? You know what we need to do to get Bitcoin to close this 4 hour a little bit better than it's looking right now. All right? Jordan, what do we need to do in the next 4 hour candle? Because it's looking pretty bearish. Jordan, tell us, what do we need to do in the next hour? I will do it with you. Swords and shields? Sushi? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Well, horse guy, you know what we need to do, okay? Within the next hour. You know what we need to do, fellas, okay? I think I've said that like 8 times now. Oh, man. Let's get back into the same range we've been in. So, if you're a bull, within the next hour, we need to fight! We do not want to close a 4 hour candle like this and get rejected. If you are a bull, Grab your sword. Grab your shield. And let's stick it up the bear's ass. Who is with me in the chat? Who is still with me? Let me know. If you are a bear, I don't care what you do. But we shall take back our guns and run this shit. No one's with me. Alright. Here we go. We got Ryan. We got Mike. We got Amrit. We got Woods. John said I'm a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, me too, typically, man. I'm not a big fighter either. I think people who like to fight are kind of weird, to be honest. I think they have a little bit of daddy issues that they need to probably get out of their system. But yeah, I'm the same way. I am a lover, not a fighter. I am the same way. What's going on? Boo! Incog! Gen X! Harry Sands! All right, so it's short term, guys. We need to get back above 29.7. We get back above 29.7. Awesome. Nice reclaim of the previous range. But any type of rejection off this, I think in the short term doesn't look that great. So we'll see, right? We'll see. We obviously know what we need Bitcoin to do. Zooming out to the daily, right? I think it's pretty clear, right? I mean, if we can get back into this range, we should target back up to the range highs. But if we get rejected, which right now we're kind of fighting with this level, still think it makes sense, right? In the grand scheme of things, if we were to go lower, I think it still makes a lot of sense for Bitcoin to come back down to this 28K region. And that's okay, right? That's okay. That gives us more time to get some stuff. It gives us another dip to actually be able to get some stuff a little bit cheaper, right? So the 28K region is still a level I'm looking for if Bitcoin can't get back into the range on this push, which is fine. It's a level we've been talking about for weeks now. I think actually longer than weeks, probably months. Actually, not months. Since we were in this range, if Bitcoin was going to pull back, that bull market support band coming in right here around this 28K region, still a level that I'd like to see if we can get there. We might not get there, though. Who knows? But so that's what we got on BTC for the day. And what else do we got? Besides that, what else have we can look at? Stock markets, get NASDAQ up after hours, nothing crazy. DXY down. So let's see how those react. I like to give it at least a day to see how these things react to the FOMC. A lot of times it is what it is. They're just gonna do whatever they were doing before, right? People are gonna overreact. Oh my God! Oh, it's gonna say something different, and he doesn't, right? That's what we got. Altcoin market still just doing what it's doing, right? So we got the altcoin market here, still just kind of just consolidating in the bottom half of this range, fellas, right? So altcoin market still fine as long as we're making higher lows at this point in the market. All is good. Nothing's changed. We've made higher lows, higher highs on the altcoin market overall. So that's what we got for that. All right, let's talk about food. Screw this. We're turning to a food channel. Hold on. Let me change the title of the stream. Hold on. We're changing this to a food channel now. Here we go. Wow! Jordan's mom's trying to talk about food. Jordan, talk about donuts. He better talk about chocolate frosted donuts today. He never talks about donuts. He's a donut hater. Yeah, he must be. He must be. He is a huge donut hater. He never talks about. He talks about tacos and chips. Not for donuts. That's not true, you imbecile. We have talked about donuts, okay? We have talked about donuts. In my opinion, the best donut is the Boston cream. I used to not like I used to not be a big fan of Boston cream. But Boston cream is by far the best donut, by the way. In case you were wondering what kind of donut was the best. Boston cream, baby. Let's go. Let's see. Who put Jordan in the smoker all day? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It was Mother Nature. Mother Nature just wanted to cook me up and eat me. I don't know why. But she did. She did. She wanted to cook me up and eat me today. But I do look like a lobster. You guys should see my you guys should see my ass versus my face. It's like Elmer's glue next to The devil. You know, oh man, let's see. Boston creams are woke. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, but my ass is white as shit. And yeah, you guys, I'm like, like, you guys don't want to see my ass. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we got for Bitcoin. There's not too much to add that we've talked about a million times, right? I mean, it's a lot of the same stuff, guys. It's a lot of the same stuff. I continue to say this, like, if like I said, if Bitcoin wants to go to 28K, I think that's going to be a good ad opportunity. And other than that, I'm just sitting on my hands waiting and just zooming out to the weekly chart and just remember that Bitcoin's making higher highs and higher lows. And at this point in the cycle, based off history, we typically do see a lot of sideways at this point in the cycle, right? But what we shouldn't do is make lower lows at this point. We should not make any lower lows. If we do, that's going to be a lot different than every cycle that we've had in the past. We should not go below 25K again. Still could come down in my opinion, test like the mid 27s, 28, where this bull market support band is. But like we've held it a couple times, right? This low came up, held it again, came up. So as we sort of decide what Bitcoin wants to do next, once again, we're just looking for another higher low at the end of the day, right? Let's not overcomplicate this. Let's not do what we need to do. And just remember that, you know, this is the range I'm looking to accumulate in. If we want to stay in here longer and just keep chopping sideways, as Bitcoin kind of just keeps chopping sideways up here, cool. I think there's plenty of stuff that's still at juicy lows in the markets. And the longer Bitcoin goes sideways here, the more opportunity that I have to scoop up the altcoins that have not moved yet. And there is many that haven't moved. There's already a ton of them that have, but there's many that have not moved yet. And the longer it goes sideways in here, the better, to be quite honest. So that's what we got on the Bitcoin. We talked about this a few times, how it should not come and test this level again if it's like every other cycle. And the way I'm kind of looking at it is this. Bearish Soloway says 9K. He's been saying 9K the whole freaking year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been saying 9K the whole freaking year. Anyways, maybe he's right. You know, I don't know what would get Bitcoin to 9K, but you know, let's do it. But yeah, so the way I'm looking at Bitcoin is we could still go sideways for a little bit. So if it's going to be anything like this cycle. See how long this went sideways for? This went sideways for, like, in this zone of higher lows, 29 weeks. Okay, 29 freaking weeks. We went sideways right here, man. We could still go sideways for way longer, bro. I guess I would say this. I still think we see higher for Bitcoin this year, and I'm going to continue to say that. Okay, nothing has changed in my personal opinion. You know, not to bring out the savvy quote.
Nothing has changed.
But I still think, like, if we kind of look at this from this perspective, where Bitcoin, you know, we might come down, make another higher low. Maybe we come up again, try to make another higher low. And we just keep freaking going sideways, maybe for another, like, 2 months. Could you imagine 2 more months of sideways, my friends? I could certainly imagine 2 more months of sideways in between like 28K and 31K. Imagine 2 more months of this. Oh my God. I think the sentiment would be like, the sentiment's already dog shit. Imagine going sideways for another 2 months. I'm mentally prepared for that right now. I am mentally prepared to stay between 28 and 31 for like 2 more months. Because that's what we did. We've done that in the past, right? We have done like a pattern like this where we're kind of making higher lows but getting rejected at the same point, but ended up just going sideways for like all the way to the apex of the damn freaking triangle, which would get us to like mid-September. I think we would all go insane. Oh, man. I think you know what? I think what would happen? I think I would hop in the chat. And you guys, like I told you, one day you might come in the chat and this will be me. You know what I'm saying? Or actually, I probably will see a bunch of this, you know? Bitcoin's still sideways right now. Stock markets are at all-time highs, and Bitcoin's at 29K stablecoin. Right? Oh man, that's what we got. That's what we got here. That's what we got here. Anderson said you roasted him enough. No pun intended. I like that I like the roast pun, Anderson. That's a good pun, man. That's a good pun, bro. But no, in all seriousness, like it was just sideways, guys. And the best thing I can say is, you know, don't get too emotional over the short-term moves. I think right now, this price action kind of looks like shit. Just be prepared, right? If we can't get back above 29.7, I think there's a really good possibility that we still get that flush down to 28K. I think there's a really, really, really good possibility with that. And that's what just makes sense on the chart. And if we did do something like that, we found support here again, we would probably end up like chopping through this zone, right? So, you know, that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm just like mentally prepared myself for like more sideways and just more like low liquidity, nothing going on. But kind of like I've been saying, that the longer Bitcoin can stay in here, the more opportunities there are. There's a lot of opportunities in this market, in my personal opinion. We've talked about many of them. We've hit on many of them that have already seen moves. I think there's plenty more to come. It's just a matter of time. Excuse me. What's going on, Josh? Jim, what's going on, buddy? Ice cream's so good. Beth, are you eating ice cream right now, man? Are you eating some damn ice cream? He's slurping that damn ice cream. What kind of ice cream you got, man? I need to know. I need to know what kind of ice cream you got, man. But yeah, anyways, like we've already seen moves up, right? We've seen Chainlink come up to the top of the range. We've seen Doge come up to the top of the range. We've seen XLM break out of the range. We've seen XRP break out of the range. We've seen Bitcoin Cash break out of the range. And, you know, it's almost like every week there's another one that breaks out of the range. So there's plenty, right? A lot of them have kind of like left the lows already. So like Uniswap's kind of left that low right at resistance. But there's a lot of shit that's still sitting in this zone, right? Which gives you a good risk reward, in my opinion. So, you know, I don't want to go through all the ones. I think you can bring up the chart and see which ones are still at the lows like that. But I still think there's plenty of opportunity. Today I picked up some rows. Today because it finally got a little dumperoo down to the bottom of the channel, right as FOMC was going on. So I picked up some rows today. I think this one is an interesting one. Once again, do your own research on the damn project. But nice consolidation range. I like where this is. I think this one looks really, really good. And you can find a shitload of them that are still chilling down here, man. And that's these are the ones that I'm interested in. Not the ones that are already up 50%, 100%, 150% from the lows. The ones that are still just chilling down there. Is the ones I'm looking to sort of, like I said, over the next 6 months, getting the ones that are still at the lows, you know? So I picked up some rows today. Besides that, now I want to see, like, what I want to see now is once again, what Bitcoin's going to do here, man. What is Bitcoin going to do? I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do, but who freaking knows? Your face looks like a rose. It does look like a damn rose. That is for true. That is absolutely true. Wayne said sideways for the rest of the summer is good with me. Good base to the next bull market leg up. I agree, Wayne. And, you know, what sideways does a lot of the times is, you know, say for instance, right? We get Bitcoin over the next few months that kind of stays in between, in like this zone, right? Let's just do a hypothetical. Bitcoin stays in here, just general zone, for the next like 2-3 months. What that will do is, like, you won't even notice it. What that'll do is, as it kind of stays in this zone, if this is a scenario that plays out, you have a lot of people that'll get bored, right? So what's happening across the pond? Well, one of the things we've talked about is Bitcoin usually breaks out of this boring range when S&P hits all-time highs, right? We looked at this a couple times already, but I already showed you guys. But if you go back to the charts, you overlay S&P versus Bitcoin, Bitcoin usually really gets that true breakout when the S&P gets to all-time highs. And we've talked about how the S&P is about 3% away from all-time highs. So, what that could do is as this moves up, and, typically this is what happens. As this moves up, right? Still can get a short-term dip. I don't care about short-term dips. But as this slowly moves up, what can happen is you'll have a lot of people that are in Bitcoin, in crypto. They'll say, oh shit, stock markets are approaching all-time highs. Why am I in crypto? I'm going to sell out of my crypto, go into the stock market. Which is cool. Probably work out for them in the short term. And then the people who believe in crypto will be scooping it up at support, right? As those people leave to get into equities, right? And then as equities get to all-time highs, that's typically when Bitcoin starts to move, right? And then those people who left come back and they fuel the run higher. Typically what happens, right? And, at this point, like we sort of been saying, it's an ugly 4-hour candle, man. Oh, man. Send it back down to Hades. That's an ugly 4-hour candle. But kind of like we've been saying, right? We need to see S&P get back to all-time highs, which it's getting there. It's about 3% away. And that's like one of the things we need to see. And then we obviously need to see Bitcoin break out of the range. And then the altcoins overall should start moving. Until then, though, like I said, it's a lot of patience. It's a lot of picking up what you believe in at lows and just freaking chill out. Just freaking chill out, man. Wait. So the S&P isn't going to 2,500. John M just wants to break out of this damn range. So John M, this is for you, buddy. Okay? If we want to break out of this damn range, you just say send it back, boy. This is for John M. This is for my guy John M here. Actually, no. You guys need this today. When will we break out of the freaking range? John M wants to break out of the range. Trying to do a remix in here. Not the best remix. That was pretty shit. This is why I'm a live streamer and not a musician. Right? That was pretty shit. We gotta get out of this range, man. Oh Lord. That's all right. Let's go over the chat. I think we touched on most things we need to touch on, right? I guess there's some other stuff we can take a look at, but as always, a lot of this depends on what Bitcoin's going to do. XRP still kind of just holding out in here. I'll go to the daily. XRP kind of just still holding out in here. Nothing crazy, not doing anything crazy, just kind of still holding out at these previous lows and still waiting on, I've sort of been saying, man, these things ain't going to move until Bitcoin does. So we need Bitcoin to move, but XRP still kind of holding this support. At least trying to hold this support. If it breaks this support, I think it's going back down to 56 cents. And that'll probably be if Bitcoin saw a big scare dump to 28K, right? So that's the big level I'll actually be looking to re-add into XRP at this level right here. That's where I'm looking to add a little bit more. If it gets there. If it doesn't, that's cool. But you're still holding this level on XRP. Chainlink, little spike up today. It's a bullish engulfing. I'm sitting pretty comfy in the Chainlink bag. I think this one's good to go from down here. But Chainlink's still at resistance, so just be careful if you're FOMOing in at resistance. FOMO on pullbacks, man. FOMO the pullbacks, bro. But Chainlink's still sitting in there. What's another popular one here? XLM maybe. Slight little move up on XLM. This one's been kind of a big mover lately. Once again, it's just at this resistance point here, man. Just this order block here, that's a freaking pain in the ass. Right here on, what the frick? Give me the box, man. This box right here. Just an annoying order block there on XLM. So you can see that everything's just finding resistance as Bitcoin finds resistance. So a lot of these things that already broke out, we need Bitcoin to move before they do. That's kind of the last little piece of the puzzle here, fellas. And I have the patience to go through it. The question is, do a lot of people have the patience to go through it? I don't know. I don't know if they do. Anyways, let's hang out with the chat. I'm hanging out with the chat here, man. Mike said, too many people waiting for the 28K buys. I will agree with you, Mike. I think there's a lot of people waiting for 28K buys, including myself. You know what I mean? The difference is I already have my spot bags on Bitcoin, so I don't really care if Bitcoin goes up or down at this point. I'll gladly add lower, and if it doesn't, I'm good to go. That's the power of just sitting on your hands during this part of the cycle. Especially, at least on Bitcoin. It's just we're kind of waiting it out. I'll add lower. But yeah, there is a lot. I go on Twitter, there's a lot of arrows pointing towards 28K. I don't really see many people calling for upside. Most people calling for downside on the crypto Twitter. YouTube might be different, maybe no, but the crypto Twitter is definitely down. I get it though. Like this 4-hour candle looks pretty shit. Like it was looking good for a little bit. We came and tested that 204-hour EMA. Ah man, that's a nasty rejection there. I don't like that rejection right there. So once again, I think it still makes sense to go there. It still makes sense to go there. And if you believe in the Elliott wave, right? Right? I mean, you could say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get you down to that 28K level, right? And also, if you believe in equal moves, dump, equal move gets you down to like 28,100 too. So I get why people are calling for it, but there is a lot of peeps waiting for that 28K level, man. Let's see. Skywalker said be negative. Okay, let's be negative. Bitcoin sucks right now, man. It sucks. It's going straight down, man. Oh my God, I can't believe we're. Oh man, let's you know what? Screw this, man. You know what? Let's flip this freaking chart, dude. I can't believe the altcoin market's in Wyckoff distribution. Like, what the frick, man? How did we end up in Wyckoff distribution with a frickin' altcoin market? Look at how shit this chart looks. Look at how shitty the altcoin market looks right now, fellas. Oh, my God, man. Look at this. You got 1 hit to the high, 2 hits to the high, 3 hits to the high. Oh my God. This thing is absolutely shit. This thing's going to zero, fellas. This is going to zero. Make a Canada guy was right.
Bitcoin is clearly a scam, and cryptocurrency is clearly an idiot with no common sense.
Right.
And scientifically speaking, according to a study at the Bank of Canada, more people who are financially illiterate invest in Bitcoin.
Mike said, I just don't get it. What's the difference between buying 28 and 29? I would agree. I mean, here's the thing. What I'll say about Mike, you have some great points today, man. That's why I keep saying what Mike's saying, because Mike has some great points. I'll get back to what he said in a second. Spencer with the super chat. Shout out to Spencer, man. He said, government said aliens are real. What do you think, man? I did see that today. Well, Maj showed me that today. Maj showed me that one of the... Who was the guy? Maj? What did he do for the government?
Oh, no. You're confusing two different folks.
Oh. But yeah, there was basically someone who came out and said that aliens are real, and they basically have UFOs, and they have unhuman-like bodies. But yeah, which is pretty crazy, man. We live in a crazy time. People saying aliens are real. We got killer robots that are going to kill us in 5 years.
He didn't say that.
No, that's what he said.
He didn't say they have unhuman bodies.
What do they say?
It was different.
Oh.
I think you're trying to confuse it with the other video of the guy that was frozen.
Oh. But yeah, Spencer, I did see. People are saying aliens are real, man. We got killer robots. We got aliens. We are so effed. We are so effed within the next, like, I mean, I could be generous. I'm going to say 10 years and be generous, but I think it's actually be shorter than that. We are so effed as humankind. Stock up on the canned foods, fellas. Because it's over. It's over. We want to talk about Bitcoin being over. Humankind is over. Anyways. Thanks for the super chat, bro. Anyways, Mike said, what's the difference between buying at 28, 29, and 28? I think this is, to me, right? You can get away with that right now, right? You can still get away with being patient for levels and stuff like that. And I think that's because we've been conditioned to be in this market where it's super slow moving. It's easy to like be to look at levels and be like, I'm gonna wait for 28K. Like even right now, man. Like, dude, this market moves so slow. Like, I have a bigger order. I'm looking to get in at 28K here. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get it, that's okay. I'll look at the altcoin market and get into something else that's at the lows, right? But for this, I think right now we're still in that market that's super slow and slow moving. So it's sort of forgiving for people to be patient on a certain level, which is fine, right? I mean, you should be patient and buy at lows. I don't think that's a bad thing. But what I do think is when this market really starts moving, what's going to happen is a lot of people, what usually happens is a lot of people try to trade this market heavily instead of just holding when the market really gets into easy mode, right? And I don't think we're in easy mode right now. I think we are in boring mode, right? We are not in easy mode right now. But when the market turns into easy mode, people won't even realize it. And what's going to happen is, like, say this, right? Let's just do it a hypothetical. Say this. Bitcoin starts moving over here, okay? Bitcoin moves up, let's say gets up to 34K, right? Eventually, this market will turn into easy mode, where it's you're better off just holding than trying to trade every single freaking level, right? Eventually, that'll happen. And what'll happen one of these times is, okay, we'll have 32K resistance. You'll have people who sell at 32K and then try to buy back in at 28 or some shit. And then it just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? And they get left behind. And that's eventually the market gets to that point. We're not there yet. But I think what this sideways market does to a lot of people is it conditions them to be traders rather than holders. And what happens is a lot of people end up selling too early and even having to FOMO back in above certain levels, or just being salty because they sold too early. That ends up with speed. Happens to most people. Now some people can do it perfectly. They can sell 32, buy back at 28, freaking sell 36, buy back at 32, sell 42, buy back at 38. You know, some people can do it perfectly. But one of the times you're not going to do it perfectly, right? And it's going to bite you in the ass. That's why for me right now, I'm just sitting on my hands and I ain't trying to do this like whole wiggly woo. I've sort of said 2023 is the year of accumulation. I've stuck by that. So far, that's been the right call for this year to be the year of accumulation. And that's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm doing, at least. DJ, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Clint said DCA in place limit buys 10% below your last DCA. Nice, Clint. I like that strategy, man. You buy the pullbacks and well, it's a little bit more exquisite than that. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more exquisite than that. Jerome said that's what DataDash is doing. He screwed himself over and over the last 6 months. The last thing I saw from DataDash is he was bearish up here. I mean, so far he's made a good call. I mean, we have gotten a slight little dip. The question is though, like, The problem with getting bearish is you can call a certain top, right? But okay, so my thing is this, right? So you can get a nice call. Like I know a lot of people who made some nice calls up here for this being a sort of local top, right? Boom, they made a nice call. But there's also a second side to this call. Now, what you have to do is, like, the second most important thing now is to decide where this is going to bottom out. Because, okay, we call here. You might think it's going back down to, I don't know. Let's say you think it's going back down to 27K. That's where you're looking to get back in, right? But, as always, if we come down here, this starts to work its way back up, right, like this, and you think it's a retest, but it's not, you know, and then you sort of get yourself in trouble and you kind of like whack yourself out. There's always a second side to it. Like you can make a good call, but then you got to also time the other way, you know, which to me, it's just not worth the hassle. It's just not worth the hassle. If I expect the crypto market to have another parabolic run the next 2 years, it's just not worth the hassle for me to be trading these 10% moves. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, man. Aliens don't exist? Dude, you cannot, dude, come on, man.
Rant alert.
Dude, come on, man. You're going to tell me. You're going to freaking tell me that aliens don't exist. Come on, bro. First of all, you can't even say that. Why can't you say that? Well, because we don't even know what we are. We think we do. We make guesses. But we don't even know what humans are. We could just be a simulation. We could just be... We just don't even know, right? That kind of hurts your head when you think about it. Like, we make educated guesses of what we are. And we make educated guesses of what's far away in the universe, but we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know. We don't know how we got here. We make guesses. We don't really know. You think we really know what caused life to be created billions, trillions of years ago? No, we guess. We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to know that. So, I think it's a little bit crazy to think that you think that we're the only, we call it a planet, but it could be anything. We're the only quote unquote planet that has life. That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here, man? The whole alien thing is a matter of distance. Yeah, dude. My thing is this. You can't say that. We don't even know what we are, man. And it goes deep. It goes deep. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. We gotta wait for the, someone's getting saved right now, which is nice. If aliens aren't real, then what the hell is Musk? Musk is like us, you know? He's just he's just Musk. Let me see what you guys are saying about aliens here. Also, look how far humans have come in the past 120 years. That's what I'm saying, man. And you guys want to, I mean, I could talk about this stuff all day. Think about the technology boom for humans that's happened in the last 100 years. Think about all the technology that we've created in the last 100 years. It's pretty much everything that we use now, right? It is insane. Like, we went for like millions of years from using sticks and stones, right? To, okay, we got a little bit, maybe, okay, we created the wheel. Woo! Oh, okay, we created the horse and buggy. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, we got electricity. We're making a little progress. Dude, and then it just all of a sudden, boom. We got cars, we got phones, we got TV, we got internet, we got blockchain technology. Now we got freaking AI. At some point, this shit has to bust. You know what I mean? I can talk about this forever, man. This curve to me is not sustainable. Like, and this goes super deep into like, you know, just like the Fibonacci's parabolic curve, stuff like that. But this shit's not sustainable, man. And you know every parabolic curve has to start rolling over. You know what I'm saying? But and that makes you think, what kind of technology will we have if we're still here? Which I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like a doomer, but what technology will we have in 20 years? Think about all the things that came out in the last 100 years. What technology will we have in the next 20 years? Don't even know. It's mind-blowing to even think of what we could be able to accomplish in the next 20 years. That's why if you see upcoming technology, you get into that shit early. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I love crypto, but I'm also DCAing into AI stocks weekly. Because I also know that's going to be freaking huge. It's inevitable, man. You know? So, man, I don't know, man. But, you know, the shit that we're going to probably be able to do in 20 years is probably going to be insane, dude. You know? Your grandson will marry NVIDIA. He will. He will, man. I talked about this in the Discord the other day. Dude, soon, people are just going to be married to robots. People are going to be so antisocial. They're basically going to just be... They don't want to go through all, like, this dating shit. Basically, what they're going to be doing is you're going to be able to just get an AI robot. You're going to be able to have sex with the AI robot. And you're going to be able to marry the AI robot. But it's going to look like a freaking human. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people will opt for, because you'll be able to customize it any way you want. You know what I'm saying? You want big tits? Boom. You get big tits. You want a mute button on it, so when she's yelling at you, you can just mute it? Boom, you get a mute button. You know what I'm saying? You want a sandwich? Boom, you get a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming. You might laugh at me now. I'm telling you. This is the type of shit that's coming, man. You might laugh. It's already happening. They already have these Asian dolls that people have. You know what I'm saying? It's already happening, man. And there's no way to stop it. It's inevitable. All you need is coconut oil. Could just use a coconut oil too. You could. Oh, Lord. That's kind of dark. It is kind of dark, Black Sniper, but here's the thing, man. People would have said what we do now is dark. Go back 30 years ago. They would have said that what we do on the internet now is dark. Think about it. We think it's normal now. But think about what we do on the internet now. You can go to phub.com. That's not dark. You know what I'm saying? People just crave likes on the internet. Instagram. People like are self-conscious if they don't get likes on Instagram nowadays. That's not dark. You know what I'm saying? We spend 10 hours a day in front of a screen. That's not dark. Oh, it's going to get much darker, my friend. Much, much darker. You know what I'm saying? Much, much darker. Let's see. I'm making my... All right. We're kind of dumping? Yeah, we are kind of dumping, man. This 4-hour candle looks kind of trash. To me, the way I'm looking at this, I still think there's a greater chance that we can come a little bit lower here. This price action kind of looks like trash, man. You know, we came up, we basically tested the underside of this previous support. We've got a pretty ugly 4-hour candle rejection. It's not looking good, my friends. At least it's short-term stuff. But it ain't it's not the best candle in the short term here, I would say. We sit here for 2 hours a night. That's dark. That is, man. That is. That definitely is. Yo, Guillermo! Shout out to you, man. Guillermo. Only 10 hours. Sorry if I went on a rant, guys. I don't know. You guys like when I go on those rants? Let me know in the chat. I mean, the market's pretty boring right now, so I hope you guys understand. But Let me know. Let me go, guys. Rant
alert.
Rant rating. We haven't done this in a while. Rant rating. 1 out of 5. Great rant, 5. Horrible rant, 0. Let me know in the chat. Give me a rant rating, man. Yo, shout out to Guillermo, though, bro. You gotta play the pump song for Guillermo, man. You gotta play it for someone, at least right now, man. There it is. 0. Let's see, 5. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go, man. Rick gave me a 0. Oh, come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. We got Rick in the chat giving me a 0. Judge says 1.4. Oh, Judge, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me, Judge. Damn. 4.95. Teju, just give me the extra 0.05, man. Hey, come on, bro. Oh, man. Oh, Lord. Not Josh, he's Bear. Oh, man. Let's just get out of this range, bro. 4.99. All right. Anyways, fellas, what else can we talk about now? We ranted about AI. We ranted about aliens. What else do we got? What else can we talk about, fellas? We talked about tacos yesterday. We're running out of subjects. Let's go look at the market here. NASDAQ futures still up. Dollar is up after hours. So really, you know, obviously what we're kind of waiting for is the S&P getting back to all-time highs. We're waiting for the dollar to see what it ultimately does in here. It's kind of finding a little bit of resistance at this level we were talking about, right? You kind of find a little resistance at these previous lows. Once again, we're going to need the dollar to push lower. This is for the bullish scenario. We need the dollar to push lower. If it does push lower, that's obviously one part of the scenario. But the dollar's already been in a macro downtrend here for quite a bit. And once again, we need the S&P to go to test all-time highs. And we need Bitcoin to break through the range. And I think, obviously those are a lot of different things we're sort of saying here, but that's what we need if we're a bull. If you're a bear, you probably like this little short-term rejection here. And I would say, just the way I'm looking at this, I think there's a good probability we could see that 28K level. If you voted 5, you haven't heard a Carl-related rant? Oh, Carl. Hold on, do I still have that on here? Let me see. Do I still have that on here? I don't. Shit, man. I don't have that on here anymore. Alternate reality is more likely than aliens visiting. I don't know. What do you guys think is more likely? Aliens. Basically, aliens being real. Like, what I mean by aliens is something that doesn't currently live on our Earth being real. Some other type of life. Or us just being in a simulation. Where everything we see is real to us, but it's not actually real. What do you think is more likely to be true? And I could see either of them being true. And I think there's a chance that both of them are true. The more I don't know. I think a great example of this is how the markets work, right? So we know a lot of times, like when you get good news, you're at support. When you're at bad news, you're at resistance. It almost happens like clockwork every single freaking time. It makes you think that everything is pre-planned, everything is coded into everything that we do. The only thing we can control is our personal decisions, but the world around us is basically a simulation. It's quite interesting. I think there is a weird thing in here that could be true. An alien from outer space or upper space? I don't know. I've always said that too. Everyone always talks about what's on, like, we always look at the solar system as being like out this way. Like if this is the solar system, out this way. What is up? Oh, actually, I probably shouldn't go there. Probably shouldn't go there. What's up and what's down? You know what I'm saying? Because there's an infinite amount of ways that you could go here. Jork said it best, human behavior. Yeah. Humans are kind of hard-coded in a way. We're hard-coded with your emotions. The thing you have to learn to do is control your emotions, which is obviously easier said than done. But if you like, that's why people always say, like monks and shit say, if you can control your emotions, you can control everything, which it's kind of true when you think about it. But yeah, human emotions, it's like a perk to have, but it also kind of like hurts us in a way. It makes you make poor decisions. Really, you know. Other solar systems. 10 minutes to the daily close. I was saying 29.5. Guess I was overly bullish. Clint was overly bullish for once. Damn it. He was overly bullish. Looks like we're going to end up just to kind of close it out right above these previous highs. Right above these previous highs. But that is a pretty nasty rejection there so far. Could change. Maybe we get a little bounce here, but pretty nasty rejection there off that. You know, once again, it's the 1 hour 200 EMA and the 4 hour 200 EMA. Like, so that was a big level right there. 29,700 is like that line in the sand right there. And we went right to it and insta-dumped exactly when we hit that level. It's quite the phenomenon there. Let's see. RK said, how come people say they are overwhelmed, but you never hear them say they are whelmed or underwhelmed? That's a good point, man. You always hear people say overwhelmed. I don't think I've ever actually heard someone say that they're whelmed. That's a good point, man. That's a really, really good point. Like, what does whelmed even mean? Like, what's whelmed? Like, overwhelmed means like you can't take it. Like, there's too much going on. So I would assume whelmed means, I don't know. And then underwhelmed means like, oh, it's not that great. You know, you're just kind of like, oh, okay, it's whatever. Check the hash ribbon, said Bath. All right, Bath, let's check the hash ribbons, bro. That's a good one, man. Thank you, Bath. Thank you for getting me back on track, man. Thank you for getting me back off track. Or on track, I should say. Where's my hash ribbons here? Oh, come on. Is it on this chart? Or is it on this chart? Oh, here we go. Let's see this. All right, the hash ribbons. So we got the green. We got the green recovered, but we didn't get the buy signal. And I think the reason why we didn't get the buy signal was because we didn't see upwards price action as that was happening, if I know correctly. John Ticcalermo, man. He said, guys, cheer up. Remember when FOMC meetings dump F hard BTC? That's a dump for ants. Very true. Actually, I don't set that. I think that the chat's got a good vibe today. I think we got a good vibe today going. But shout out to Guillermo, man. Yeah, Guillermo's right, man. Guillermo is very, very right. But yeah, so we didn't see the buy signal, but we got the recovered signal, which usually means when this flips back over, but you don't see upwards price action. Last time we had that happen was in August. Actually, let me just get rid of all this shit, man. There's too much shit going on. There we go. Last time we had that was August. And obviously we had that here. And we ended up kind of dropping slightly lower here. I want to see if there's any other things like that we had in there. So we had one here. That was capitulation. That actually marked the low. So like in this one, we had that recovered, ended up marking the low, and we kind of went up, right? So that was actually a good buy signal on that recovered one. this actually was a good buy too, right? I mean, you ended up buying 19,000. At the end of the day, you would be happy if you bought 19K Bitcoin right now. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that actually was a pretty good signal too, right? When you got that one, you would be very, very happy if you bought Bitcoin at 19,000 right now. You'd be freaking pumped and zooming to the moon, you know? Let me see if there's any other ones of those where we didn't get the buy signal, but we got the capitulation signal. Is there any more of these? Let me see. Actually, most of the time we end up, okay, we got one here. We ended up going a little bit lower here. It's like 1350. Actually, you ended up getting the buy signal though, which is weird. You ended up getting it like way later. You know what I'm saying? So you ended up going a little bit lower there. Is that the only times this has happened? It's only happened like 3 times. You know what I mean? It's only happened 3 times where we didn't get the buy signal, but you got the recovered signal. But we'll see. I think to get the buy signal, we have to get some upwards price action. But it seems like to me, I mean, the way I look at this is when I just go back and I look, whenever you really get the capitulation signal, or whenever you get the recovered or buy signal, that tends to be a pretty good buy area, right? Or you should be looking to buy. You typically don't get that at, you know, like when you already mooned, you know? So that's the way I kind of take it, is like 19K was a pretty good buy, right? Now we're getting it again, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to me, just based off the past. And that kind of goes with what I'm saying. Okay, maybe short term, maybe we see slightly lower in the short term. Maybe we don't. Who the frick knows? But I think in the big time frames, I still believe in Bitcoin going higher. And I've said that the whole freaking year. Despite every single dip, you got the gurus telling you it's going to go lower every single damn dip. You know what I'm saying? I'm still holding with the thing that I've said since the beginning of this year, that Bitcoin's just going to continue to mosey its way higher. At first, it's going to be slow, and then we're going to get a little bit better action probably into later this year, into next year. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's that. That's that, man. You fell asleep on the tanning bed. Clint said he's scrolling back 8 years. I couldn't find one, man. Oh, Lord, dude. I could not find it, man. Lord. Let's see. I forgot the chat was underage. Oh, no. The chat is super, super, super overage, man. We got a lot of oldies in here. We got Clint. Clint's kind of old. Who else is... Who is over... You don't tell me your exact age. Who is over the age of 50 in the chat right now? Who is over the age of 50? Actually, the best thing we can do, put in the chat, are you over or under the age of 50? Put it in the chat right now. Over or under the age of 50? If you're over the age of 50 and you were here, you were an absolute stud. You are literally going against the grain like all these other old heads who are stuck in their ways. You come out here and you freaking come in here and you learn something that most people that are kind of at that point would not care about. And you came in and you learned about it. That is dope. That is dope, man. That is dope. Under. We got a lot of unders here. Rob Toms. Rob Toms over. Big Don is over. Big Don, baby. Big Don, man. I knew Big Don. I knew Big Don. Oh, shit. I'm going to crash my computer here. I knew Big Don was a big boy. You know what I'm saying? Santiago is 60. You are defying the odds of the boomers who don't want to learn anything new. Still using Microsoft 94 on their old Dell computer back from 1999, and they refuse to upgrade to anything new. Everyone's got a grandpa or grandma like that. They got the old box computer from like the 90s, and you boot it up and it makes that sound that goes it has the old Microsoft sound when you boot it up. It goes You know exactly which one I'm talking about. When you boot up that Microsoft computer. Oh, man. I missed it. That sounds nostalgic, by the way. I wish I could hear that sound, actually. I know, it goes like... something like that. The Windows 95. Yeah, exactly. The original iMac. Definitely nostalgic. Still using the floppy disk. I don't know. Floppy disk is pretty nostalgic. Is a flash drive nostalgic now? I don't know. I haven't used a flash drive since I was in school. It's kind of nostalgic. Because I think nowadays you have a laptop, so it's like, unless you transfer stuff from a laptop to a computer, what's the point of having a kind of a thumb drive? You call it a thumb drive, flash drive, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's the daily close. Let's go, man. It's the daily close, fellas.
The daily close.
Rod Radford said, use some of membership money for sunscreen. Dude, listen, the thing about me is I'm fine, right? I have the weirdest skin in the world. I can be out in the sun for like 2-3 hours and it doesn't seem like anything is wrong. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything just turns red. Everything turns red. And I should know this. Like when I go to a beach or whatever I'm doing, I should know I'm going to get sunburned. But I think I'm like people in the market, right? What do people in the market think? Every time I go to the beach, I think this time is going to be different. I'm not going to get burnt this time. Just like people in the market. Wow, this time is going to be so different. Yes, Jordan's not going to get burnt. And I will not lose money trading. This time is so different. Guys, I think right now, I will long Bitcoin. I will long Bitcoin right here at resistance. This time is different. Right? Every time I think this time is going to be different. And, you know, yeah, like Anderson said, man, my skin is bearish as hell, man. I have this like weird combination of heritage. You know what I'm saying? Why did I just say it like that? Heritage. Why can't I say that word? Hold on. Heritages. Here we go. I can say it now. That was brutal. That was almost like Ethereum Classic. That time I said Ethereum Classic. But dude, I'm Irish, Italian, and Syrian. I should be able to get tan. But it's the Irish in my skin that makes me get burnt too. Which is a slight weirdness. But when the sunburn goes away, dude, I am dark as hell. You know what I'm saying? I get dark as hell when it goes away. And if I tanned every day, dude, I would look like, I don't even know what I would look like. When skin inu indicator. I don't know. It did not help that let's see. I'm seeing what you guys are saying in the chat. What'd Clint say? Clint, I am, man. Why don't you believe me? I am. If I showed you a picture of my dad's family, you would believe that I was. My grandma looks very Syrian. And especially if you saw their noses. Like, it's the nose. It's the nose for me. That's how you can kind of tell. But man, listen. Yeah, you would just need to see. You need to see that side of my family. Oh, I have to read the whole thread? I'm guessing you're 50% me. Come on, dude. Lord. I don't believe it. Dude. You don't think... I love my grape leaves, okay? If you want to say that I'm not Syrian, okay, I'll tell you this. I love my grape leaves, okay? And honestly, if you don't like your grape leaves, then you ain't Syrian. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know? Why so? Let's see. Habibi and Soul break the bull flag. Let's go look at Soul. Solina. Let's see. Selena. What's Selena in doing in here? Jordan 23 and me. Come on, man. Just let me be me, okay? Okay, guys. Let me go look at Selena. Selena got a nice move up today. You basically just came back up to like the top of this range. So still kind of just fighting through in these points where we kind of gotten rejected a few times in here. Still just fighting in the same range. So he hasn't really gone anywhere just yet on Solana. But good move up today, right? Decent move. Still just kind of in this, you know, if we actually just zoom out a little bit. Let me see if you got a little bit of a, see, someone said we broke out in here. Actually just came up to resistance again, right? So you're kind of just like going down, up, down, up. Nice little move. You are at resistance again though. So not to zoom in too much. I think zooming in too much right now is sort of pointless. Just in the same damn range, you know, that we've been in. So once again, I think you're going to get coins that move to the top of the range. Like Solana's had a nice move back to the top of the range. But if we want to see these break out of these ranges, once again, it's got to be coming down to daddy. It's going to be coming down to daddy. Thank you for Denise. Shout out the like button. Appreciate you. You were red like a lobster, dude. I know. I've been told probably 1,000 times in the stream. Thank you. You were the first person to tell me that I'm red today. I think everyone did in the chat today. You know what I mean? Every single person did. Solanzo. Doge. We could look at Doge. Doge pulled back today. Let me see. Look at Doge. So Doge pulled back a little bit today. It's coming to test the all-time high trend line again. So the Doge, we've been looking at Doge a few different ways. We're going to zoom out to the weekly here. Still looks fine, right? But kind of like how we said when it broke out, like it's a nice move. But you know, kind of like we've been saying for Doge, like the thing with Doge is it pumps every time there's a rumor on something happening with it, with Twitter or X now, freaking X. And if nothing happens with it, it kind of just sells off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say this time is necessarily gonna sell off, but if nothing happens, it's almost just kind of like a pump and dump, at least at the moment, right? Eventually something will happen with it. But like kind of like we talked about with Doge a little bit, if we just look at time of bear markets, you know, just look at time. Don't worry about the price. Just look at the time of the previous bear market and where we are now. We've gone through a hell of a lot of shit, and if it's the same time as the last one, we're looking at Doge being somewhere right here if it comes down to time. Right? From the highs to the highs, just overlaid, we would think that Doge is somewhere in here, which I think makes a lot of sense. I think this makes a ton of sense of where it is. We get a little bit of a move up. Now we might chop a little bit as Bitcoin just kind of chops a little bit for probably a little bit longer here. And eventually we get some type of news or something that pushes us out of here, right? But if you just look at time, I think this makes a lot of sense of us being like somewhere right in here for Doge. Jordan the Crab. Oh, I'm the freaking... I'm not the crab, the lobster. I'd rather be a lobster than a crab. So shit. If it takes us not crabbing for me to be a lobster, well, there you go. There you go, man. I would much rather be a lobster than a crab, because at least a lobster can like crawl around a little bit. Lobster can swim. Crab's just stuck on the ground, moving sideways like this. You know, and I don't want that to happen anymore. But we might have that a little bit of more of that to go on. Oh Lord. Let's see. All right. I haven't seen a sunburn. It's not that bad. It looks worse. It looks worse in the camera. It's not really that bad. It's not that bad. It does look in the camera here. It does look pretty bad though. It's not that bad though. I'm telling you. Right here though. Right here is pretty bad. Up here is pretty bad. You know. All right, guys. I think we're gonna call it for today. I think we kind of get what we need to do for Bitcoin. We kind of get the sentiment that we got in here. Pretty harsh rejection initially off this resistance. I think there's still a good probability that we can come and test 28K as that is a big retest level. We never tested this high. Bull market support band coming in at 28K. Upward sloping support line coming in right around 28K. A lot of shit coming in at 28K. Very similar to this low at 25K, where there's a lot of shit coming in around that level too. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now. I think if for whatever reason Bitcoin can find some juice and get back above 29.7, let's go. I think we'd be looking very, very good in that circumstance. But right now we're kind of just in this no man's land. I think anything between 28 and 30 is kind of no man's land, and you're just kind of like waiting for either 29.7 to break or going down to 28, right? It's kind of just what you're doing right now. So anyways, chilling out, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, 8:30. Be there or be doing whatever you need to do in life, because you're probably not going to miss anything. Just saying. All right. Later, guys. Peace. Thanks for hanging out with your boy. As always, love hanging out with you guys. It's the boring market, but we will look back at these times as being the best times that you wish you can go back to, and actually having longer in these times. All right. Peace, guys. Later.